If you're always on the go working off of a laptop or other high power devices, you need to look into the Anker 250 watt power bank. This is a high wattage power bank designed to keep devices of all sizes powered all day long. This has a capacity of 27,650 milliamp hours, which can charge a phone about 4 to 5 times, or this can also give you about one whole computer charge. And this comes in at 99.54 watt hours, so that means it's airline approved for carry-on luggage. Anker did send me the 1340 for purposes of making this video, but all the thoughts in this video are my own, and this is based on my real-world experience using this power bank. So the Anker Prime 250 watt power bank is the flagship power bank from Anker, and it offers more power output and a higher capacity than any of the other power banks that they offer. So the 250 watts of power on this is split between both the USB-C ports and also the USB-A port. You get up to 140 watts of power if you use just one port, and then the second port can be an additional 110, or your USB-A port can go all the way up to 65 watts with compatible devices. So that gives you the ability to keep laptops, iPads, phones all charged very easily off of the Prime power bank. Another standout feature is if you look at the bottom, there's these pins, and they actually have a charging base as well that gives this 100 watts of power to charge in, and it just allows you to dock it on top of the charging base. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to use that yet. Anker's supposed to be sending me that, and I will be sure to put links in the description for the charging base and for my review video of that once I get it. One of the standout features of this is once you plug in a device, it's going to activate the screen on it and give you a ton of parameters. It'll show you the amount of capacity that's left in it. You'll also see the current amount of power output that's going out of the port, and it'll tell you how much longer this can power your devices for. Or if you're charging this, then it'll tell you how long until the power bank is fully charged. Another thing that's crazy about this power bank, I haven't seen this in any other power bank, you can actually charge it with both ports at the same time. So you can use two separate power adapters plugged into this, and if they add up to 170 watts of power, then it's going to split the power between the ports and charge this really fast. So the other day it was down to like 40%. I plugged it into my 67 and 100 watt Anker chargers, and this thing charged all the way up to 100% in about 14 minutes from 40%. So I was really impressed with just how fast this is able to be recharged. And I've been using this a lot with my 14-inch MacBook Pro, with my iPad, with my iPhone 15 Pro. It's done a great job with all the different devices at keeping them topped off, and it's been really great to be able to just keep this plugged into my computer whenever I'm doing work that I'm not going to be right next to a power outlet. So I really recommend this for people who are flying on a plane. You want to keep your computer charged without having to use a built-in port there, having to pull a power adapter out, run a long cord. This is also going to be really great for a coffee shop if you want to work for a long time, but without having to pull out your power adapter and be tied down to a wall. Because sometimes at coffee shops, there's no outlets nearby, or it's just nice to be able to sit down wherever you want and just to work off the power bank. In the box, you do get the power bank and a 140 watt USB-C to USB-C charging cable. One of the other things I really appreciate about this is Anker gives you a 24-month warranty on it, so you know they're going to have your back no matter what's going on with the power bank. If you're interested in buying this power bank or any of my other favorite Anker chargers, look for links in the description below. Another thing I've never seen in a power bank, this actually has Bluetooth built in, which I was confused what the deal with that was. That allows you to update the firmware from your phone. It also allows you to beep it and find it if you lose it in a corner of your room. So that feature has been kind of cool. It also allows you to monitor the power input and the power output of the power bank to see how many times it's been used. And you can even do calculations with your different devices, put in your battery health on your computer or your iPad, and then you can put in the amount of power that it's going to use. And you can find out how many times this is able to charge a device as well. So that's really nice that you're able to kind of budget for how much power you're going to be able to get out of the 250 watt power bank. Not only can you charge this using the USB-C ports, but you can also buy the charging base separate. That's really cool because there's pins on this and you're able to actually just set it on the charging base. And then if you have the charging base, you could also charge other devices. It has USB-C and USB-A ports. So you could have that close to a wall, and then you could have this on the go to have the best of both worlds to keep a bunch of devices powered at the same time. Unfortunately, that does cost an extra $80 if you want to get the charging base, but I would definitely recommend looking into it if you buy this because it is going to be a really great way to keep this topped off and charged really fast. So the price on this power bank is $180, and they also offer a 200 watt version of this, but I would recommend if you're going to get one of the Prime power banks, I would buy the 250 watt version of it because you're going to be carrying around this really large power brick. So the other one's just a little bit shorter, and by the time you look into the big power banks, you might as well just get the bigger one, have the most amount of capacity and power out on it as well. So I've loved the 250 watt power bank for keeping all my different devices, my computer, my iPad, my phone charged while I'm on the go. And I just appreciate that it does give you two USB-C ports and a USB-A port. One thing I would like to see improved in future versions of these is if they had a third and maybe even a fourth USB-C port on it. That would be really cool because you do have such a big capacity and amount of wattage on it. You could use this to really keep a ton of things topped off at the same time, especially if you're using cameras and microphones that use USB-C power. Then if you're a videographer like me, you have a lot of devices lying around, you need a lot of USB-C ports to keep everything charged. And there's no reason why this wouldn't be able to have the capacity to keep some of those smaller devices charged. So the biggest con of this is definitely the size and the weight. Whenever I unboxed it, I was really surprised at just how heavy it is and the amount of size as well. It's a lot thicker than any other smaller Anker power bank that I've used in the past. So this is definitely going to take up a lot of space in your computer bag, and it's really not going to fit in a pocket. So it's not pocketable as much as it's to go in carry-on luggage or in your backpack that you take to a coffee shop or work, just to keep your devices topped off wherever you go. This would pair really well with the smaller Anker Mag Go charger. It would also go great with one of the Fusion power adapters. That way you can have a smaller power adapter to keep your phone charged, and then you can have this one to be the juice to keep all your other large devices powered. Not that this can't handle a phone, but it's just the fact that you're going to be carrying something around that's way bigger than your phone, which seems like a bad trade-off to me. So I don't recommend this if you just want to use it to charge a phone, unless you want to be able to charge your phone over and over and over. Another really great power bank that Anker has put out recently is their 87 watt power bank. It has a built-in USB-C cord, and it can give you up to 65 watts of power out of one port. If you use multiple ports, then it does go up to 87 watts. That's also going to do a pretty good job at keeping your computer charged. It does have a slightly smaller capacity at just 20,000 milliamp hours instead of 27,650 like this one. That's still a really great power bank for use with the MacBook Air, iPads, and phones as well, because the cord's tucked into the side and it's still able to be charged really fast. But I would buy the Anker 250 watt Prime power bank if you want a power bank that can keep all your devices charged, that has a ton of power wattage to even keep up with the most demanding of computers, and that also supports that really fast charging with either the charging base or multiple power adapters using up to 170 watts of power in at once. So overall, I highly recommend the Anker Prime 250 watt power bank for anyone who's looking for a gigantic power bank to keep your computer running in the most demanding of situations, and also to keep your tablet, your phone, and any other device is powered at the same time. If you have any other questions about this power bank, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. If you're interested in buying this, the charging base, any of my other favorite Anker power banks and chargers, look for links in the description below.